Howdy Indie Warriors, are you ready to hear about all the exciting new indie and AA releases for the week of April 13th through the 19th? Well, it's go time. Do note this list does not include early access games. And we begin with one that I've been eagerly anticipating. It's called Mouse PI for Hire. It's coming to us from Fumi Games and Playside on the 16th. This game is going to be available on your now very expensive PlayStation 5, as well as Switch consoles and the PC platform. It's a first-person shooter with a cartoony, jazzy vibe based off of classic cartoons out of the 30s. Obviously, the art style has been what's gotten people talking a lot about this game, but it plays pretty damn well too, based off of the preview that we had on the channel just a few weeks back. Expect a goofy story, some fun environments to blow the hell up, tons of different power-ups, some really quirky weapons, and a whole lot of style across 20 different levels. Oh, and that jazz soundtrack, I just know I'm gonna love that. Put up those jazzy hands if you're grabbing Mouse PI for Hire this week. Not to be outdone as far as style points go, we also have Replaced launching this week on the 14th. It's coming to us from Sad Cat Studios and publisher Thunderful, based in 1980s America after a nuclear bomb has been dropped and destroyed pretty much everything in sight. Well, you'll need to pick up the pieces in this cyberpunk world. I grew up loving cinematic platformers. Another World or Out of This World is one of my favorite games of all time. I also really enjoyed Flashback, and this seems to kinda carry on some of those traditions from some of those great games. Expect a neon-soaked world, a really great retro soundtrack, an intense storyline, and plenty of visual style. A little odd to see that PlayStation users are going to have to wait a bit to play this one, and it is going to Xbox, but alas, Replaced is launching for at least some of us this week. Lovecraft fans, get ready to enter the thrilling world of Cthulhu, the Cosmic Abyss, also launching this week. It's going to be out on the 16th from Big Bad Wolf and Nacon. The year is 2053, and a threat has grown completely out of control. There's weird eyeballs in the walls, there's creepy monsters lurking about, you know, all those Lovecraftian spooky wookies. A lot of this game is based off of exploration, where you'll rely on an AI companion to show you the way. There's plenty of puzzles to be solved, a twisted narrative to unravel, and the game is also powered by the Unreal Engine 5, which is either good news or bad news depending on who you ask. Perhaps pretty pictures are more your thing. Well then, get ready for some drama, because OPUS Prism Peak is also launching this week, available on PC, and it will also be on Switch as far as I know, where you play as a photographer who is stranded in the Dusklands. Who's your travel companion, you ask? Well, a girl who has no memories. Oh no, we're gonna have to piece together this mystery together, aren't we? Using an old-style analog camera, you'll need to frame pictures carefully, get the right exposure, the filters, you know, all that photography nerdy stuff that I can't even pretend to know about. The game will have you discovering various shrines as you unravel a story full of emotions, memories, and magic. Get out those Kleenex and unravel this story for yourself on the 16th. Oh, it's not often I get to make fart noises, and there's some context to it on the channel. This is We Gotta Go launching on the 14th, coming from Fuzzy Bot and Mad Mushroom, a co-op horror comedy where you literally get the shit scared out of you. You're on a team trotting along trying to find the nearest bathroom while fending off spooky ghosts. Hold it in as long as you can and navigate through haunted hallways as you try not to shit your pants or piss yourself on the way. You can quite literally get the poop scared out of you, as your bowels will act up at the sight of a ghost. Keep the Pepto-Bismol handy or use melee attacks in order to fend them off. This procedurally generated mansion sounds like it stinks, but it could be really fun this week. Ah, you little devil you, I know what you need. You need to play Sintopia this week, launching on PC on the 16th, where you are the middle manager of Hell Incorporated, and you must re-educate sinners to teach them their evil ways and help them do a better job of being assholes. You'll manage both Hell and the overworld through sin processing facilities. This means using an assortment of evil divine powers as you maintain the overworld by resurrecting cycles. Hire imps, or as the game refers to them as employees, in a full story campaign. There's also a challenge mode and a sandbox mode. Obviously, it's got a little bit of a sense of humor to it, and if you like city builders, well, this is a unique spin on the genre, that's for sure. Something different, I can appreciate that, from Team 17. Yeah, okay, being the ruler of the underworld is a little bit stressful, so maybe, just maybe, Gecko Gods is going to be more your flavor. A relaxing puzzle adventure platformer where you get to play as an adorable little gecko. His name is not Gex either. You'll explore a mysterious archipelago that is full of ruins and dangerous locations as you climb walls, explore various lands, and solve environmental puzzles while finding the time to snack on different insects. The game is meant to be relaxing and chill, so don't worry, nothing too stressful here, and each island will have its own unique mood, as well as various wildlife for you to interact with. Being developed by In Resin and published by Super Rare Originals, I expect a quality product on the 16th. I am perhaps the least athletic man to ever live. Maybe that's why I've stuck to video games so long. But Last Flag makes me feel like an athlete, at least a little bit. I hope anyways. This is a very fast-paced 5v5 shooter, which is built around the Capture the Flag format. It takes place within a game show. We've seen that before in a few games. How do you win, you ask? Well, you gotta steal the enemy's flag and return it and then defend it for 60 seconds. Each contestant will have their own unique abilities. There's different weapons, and you can also combine with teammates to create unique strategies. Plenty of cash to be earned, different unlockables, and an assortment of maps from snow-covered mountains to temples. You can grab this release on the 14th from Night Street Games. Have you ever dreamed of running your own manuscript workshop? No, I haven't, but now that I'm hearing that out loud, it sounds kind of cool. I'll get the opportunity in Scriptorium, Master of Manuscripts, releasing on the 16th. A game that looks absolutely beautiful and has real, historically inspired medieval art. Very cool, love the attention to detail there. There's over 1,000 different medieval art assets in total, with a variety of different fonts to be used across a full story mode. But it's not just story mode, as the game also includes a sandbox mode with unlimited freedom and workshop customization to keep you playing for a long, long time. I can't say I fully understand what's going on with this game, but it seems to have a good sense of humor, and I do want to mess around with it because I like history. Survival horror fans, are you ready to get a little bit retro and head to South Korea? This is Ground Zero, a post-apocalyptic retro survival horror game where you play as Seo Yeon, a Korean operative accompanied by a Canadian partner. The two of you will be investigating tortured ruins that are now infested with mutated monsters. Ugh. Shoot and stab your way to victory, even use counterattacks and kick them in the face if you have to. You'll earn various points to upgrade your gear and your characters as well. It has those classic fixed camera angles that we know and love, pre-rendered backgrounds, yes, puzzles to solve, and optional tank controls. Thank goodness they're optional. There's hidden endings in the game and more, and you can enjoy this one from Kwali on the 16th. Dwarves, who doesn't love dwarves, right? I certainly do, and I get to play around with quite a few of them in this next release, Regions of Ruin, Runegate, launching on the 14th from that sneaky publisher Raw Fury, who is putting out a lot of games this year so far. You will play as a lone dwarf who is trying to re-establish a haven that has been completely destroyed. It's overrun with monsters and all sorts of nasties, and yes, you have to clean things up. Gather up resources and rebuild civilization in a gorgeous 2D world that features forests, caverns, and so much more to explore. Enemies will be tough, so use hack-and-slash combat to your advantage and take them down in violent fashion. There's building to be done, there's character customization, and it's coming on the 14th from developer GameClaw Studio. Alright, that got a little bit heavy. Let's get cozy and chill again with ShantyTown launching on the 16th, a diorama builder for all you builder fans out there. No timers here, just chill out and relax through 20 different locations. You can fill your little locations with different lights, decorations, props, you name it, you've got it. There's tons of decorations to unlock. You can take photographs, and you can even set up different themes. There's casinos, there's a lighthouse. It's really damn adorable if you couldn't tell. Plus, deep camera settings allow you to get a nice view of all of the atmospheric action, or lack of action, I guess. Backed by a vaporwave artist named Macroblank, the soundtrack should be fittingly smooth as well. Oh no, a murder mystery! Yes, murder has taken place in Moses and Plato, last train to Clawville. Everyone is a suspect here as you play as Moses and Plato, as you might have guessed, who are two Fox Detectives. An ambassador has been murdered and now you must solve the case without triggering a war. There's a mind garden for you to utilize, but you can also rely on your animal's senses. Yes, you know, foxes can smell really well and they can also see very good too, if you didn't know that. There's 12 different passengers to interrogate across this luxury ride. Good sense of comedy, really fun 2.5D art style, and a fully voiced English cast is here as well. Oh, we almost went this whole time without saying the word roguelike, but you knew it was coming, and yes it is. A post-apocalyptic roguelike awaits you, strategy fans. It's the Ember Guardian, which is releasing on the 17th. You are the lone wanderer, the final ember in a now dead world, and you must protect the fire. Build up resources, hunt, scavenge, refine things. You know the drill by now. There's a day-night cycle, so be careful because nighttime is extremely dangerous. Grab new weapons, get new skills, build up structures, maybe even make your dog stronger. That sounds fun. You can grab this one from developer Ratbit Games and publisher Slug Disco. Hey, did you know real people are still making real things? Yeah, I don't even have a script in front of me right now, I'm not gonna lie. Head over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames if you love the idea of us making independent content for you to enjoy. You'll gain Discord access and so much more, but best of all, you're supporting indie visibility. Thank you for all that you do. Here's that word roguelike again, and this time the developers put it right in the title, in Smash It Wild Tactical Volleyball Roguelike. Ooh, that sounds like my kind of jam. I used to love that NES volleyball game, or was it called Dodgeball, I think? God, I played that a lot at my grandmother's. Anyways, this is a turn-based tactical sports game that mixes both volleyball and dodgeball into one weird indie concoction, taking place in a sailpunk universe. There's a roguelike competition that you'll be a part of. Turn-based matches as you control a team of different animals and unlock new attacks and skills while creating awesome combos. Try to win as many matches as you can in a row or else you gotta start over. Hey, I said it was a roguelike. There are different challenges to take part in, lots of events, and you'll need lots of different strategies too in this very interesting looking indie that's coming to us from Goblin Studio and Ernestine. Alright, so volleyball or dodgeball aren't your thing, but do you like golf? I really like golf. Not the most welcoming sport out there, but I still try to play anyways. Well, I can try to build an under par golf architect where yes, you are the architect and you'll be building your own golf resort and also managing it too. That's right, you'll be in charge of the fairways, the rivers, everything here as you transform terrain in a variety of ways. Create the bunkers, make the greens nice and smooth and clean, or make them challenging for your enemies out there in this wonderful world of golf that you can partake in on the 16th. Fine, some of you probably thought building a golf course was boring, so maybe you'll be more into a gunboat. Gunboat God is launching on the 13th, where you are on a quest to become, say it with me now, the Gunboat God. Sail your way through oceans in this very fast-paced shoot-'em-up where there are tons of different quick-fire missions for you to partake in. There's cannons to be hooked up, there's lasers, there's bombs, and yes, there's the almighty vaporizer. Expect tons of explosions in this shoot-'em-up that has 10 different abilities for you to master. There's lots of augments and plenty of powers to experiment with as you join a companion crocodile mechanic through 70 different enemy types and huge bosses. There are 180 levels in total in this one, coming from Jansen Rad and Fireshine Games. Things are getting a little spicy now in this narrative RPG. It's Dosa Divas, which is launching on the 14th, a turn-based RPG where you'll control two sisters, Samara and Amani, who are guided by a goddess. This goddess isn't just any old almighty goddess, however, as they are a spirit mech that can cook for you, they can participate in battles, and help you to explore as well, as you take on an evil fast food empire. The timing-based combat looks like a lot of fun. There's boost points for you to utilize, and each character has their own unique spirit powers. Food is the name of the game as you double jump your way through various environments. Certainly an odd-looking release, but a whole lot of fun awaits players on the 14th from Outer Loop Games. On to a hilarious physics-based platformer next, a 3D physics-based platformer that mixes in a little bit of story, some humor, some combat, some puzzles, and a full open sandbox. It's fun with Ragdolls Plus, launching on the 16th, where you play as Dummy, Danny, and Ricky in a very weird world. There is, in fact, a full story mode here, as well as a sandbox mode. Lots of sandbox modes this week. Not only are you exploring environments and unraveling more of the story, but there's mini-games to participate in as well. The game naturally features those ragdoll physics that you would expect a game like this to. There's some combat to be had, a good amount of platforming, and plenty of customization too. Lots of cute games this week as well, as we've got another narrative puzzler headed your way. It's a Storied Life Tabitha, which will once again pull at your heartstrings and is apparently inspired by those classic Mad Libs that you all grew up writing in dick words and funny stuff. Yeah, you did it, you know it. There's a house clearing mechanic to this game as you move various furniture, clean up cupboards, do your cozy things that you love to do. 17 painted levels await players this week. Not cozy enough for you? Not enough cleanup? Well then, have I got the next game for you. Cleaning Up is the name of the game, April 15th from Unbound Creations, where yes, massive messes have been left behind, and of course, you need to tidy things up using your vacuum and whatever else you can get your little mitts on. There's mopping to be done, there's of course some polishing, all sorts of cleaning stuff. Now I am in fact a janitor, so the last thing I want to do is do cleaning in video games, but I get the appeal, and I hope someone out there has a good time with this one. In a strange twist of fate, we have Before Fate launching this week on the 13th, coming to us from Cotton Game. It is a retro sci-fi survival RPG with a large emphasis on time travel. Ooh, spooky and kind of cool. You'll be playing as Ian Stewart, the scientist, and you must unravel the truth of an interstellar disaster. Travel through various dimensions. This will take you everywhere from forests to ruins and all those video game locations that you've been to once or twice or a million times in your life. There's survival to be done, there's crafting, over 100 different weapons here, some puzzles to solve as well, and a 70s and 80s vibe coats the whole entire package. Very cool. Now that we're back from our time-traveling adventures, it's time to go beyond. Never-ending Beyond, that is, which is releasing on the 13th and puts you in control of the Caretaker unit, which is an android that must pet the animals. Yes, quite literally, most of this game is about petting animals. There's androids, there's dogs, there's dinosaurs, all sorts of stuff comes together in this wacky indie release. Each animal that you encounter will also join you in battle, leading to some crazy synergies and insane builds. This oddball roguelike can be yours this week. I once got a tree to take home and plant, and I planted it right in my grandmother's front yard when I was a kid. I don't think she was too happy about that. That sucker really grew, but now I can do it in a video game, so I dedicate this one to your memory, Grandma. This is Treeplanter, which is launching on the 17th from Henry Driver and Future Friends Games, where apparently every time a copy of this game is sold, they'll be planting a tree. Now, how's that for a concept? Buy a video game, help your environment, watch a tree grow. Very cool. It's kind of a toy box of sorts where you can just piece together different, almost Lego-like pieces to build beautiful forests. I love when games have positivity behind them and a strong message, so this is one that's definitely worth checking out. I think I remember this next project being on Kickstarter a few years back. It looks like they did finally get it out. It is a Genesis Mega Drive game, but now it seems to be getting a Steam release as well on the 16th, ZPF, a retro horizontal shooter, and boy does it look awesome with a banging soundtrack, awesome bosses to take down, great arcade-style action. This is from ZPF Team and Mega Cat Studios. It features 6 stages in total with 3 different playable characters that are all unique. There's shops where you can get more powerful and plenty of secrets to discover too. Kind of a missed opportunity here to not close the show out with Before I Go, which is a very dreamy-looking Metroidvania game that seems to have a lot of challenge to it from Jay's Laboratory, but yeah, I don't get to end on Before I Go with a cool little outro. Oh well, I'm still gonna shout out the game because I think it looks neat. This is once again a dying world that has been sucked of pretty much all its life. There's lots of wretched creatures abound now, and you're trying to get everything peaceful and organized again through this action platformer that has a Metroidvania-style map for you to explore. I really like the art style of this game. A little worried that it might be too tough for me, but hey, I'm not gonna back down from a challenge, who am I kidding? Before I Go can be grabbed on the 13th. This next game doesn't really need an introduction, but I had thought it already came out everywhere, so I'm a little surprised that Hades 2 is now just launching on PlayStation and Xbox apparently, from Supergiant Games. Honestly, do you need me to tell you what Hades 2 is at this point? You don't. Pick it up on console if you've yet to play it somehow. It's of course a great game and a classic indie franchise. Alright Indie Warriors, that's all I've got for you this week. Thanks for tuning in for another Dream Drop. Voice to the voiceless, like, subscribe, do all those things that keep us alive, and I'll see you on the channel for more great indie gaming coverage.